Ancient Egypt is rich in history and culture, and it is no surprise that it is home to some of the most notable key figures in history. One such key figure is Cleopatra, who was the last pharaoh of Egypt, and is known for her political savvy and beauty. Another notable figure is King Tutankhamun, whose tomb was discovered fully intact with priceless treasures in 1922. Hatshepsut was the first female pharaoh and is known for her successful trade missions and temple constructions. Ramesses II is perhaps the most famous pharaoh and was known for his military conquests and grand temple constructions. Thoth, the god of wisdom, was also an important figure in ancient Egyptian mythology. These key figures each played a vital role in shaping ancient Egypt's society, politics, and religion, and their legacies continue to inspire and intrigue people today. Through relics like hieroglyphics, temples, and ancient artifacts, we can still learn about the complex and fascinating civilization that these key figures were a part of. Ancient Egypt's rich history and importance continue to captivate people around the world and inspire the study of archaeology, anthropology, geography, social studies, and ancient civilizations.
In 1922, an extraordinary archaeological discovery took place in the Valley of the Kings in Egypt. British archaeologist Howard Carter, alongside his team, commenced the excavation of King Tutankhamun's tomb, unraveling the secrets of a long-forgotten era. This monumental undertaking aimed to explore the life and treasures of one of Egypt's most revered pharaohs. The meticulous process began by carefully removing debris from the entrance of the tomb. As they ventured deeper, the team encountered a staggering array of treasures and artifacts. Golden statues, intricately designed jewelry, and magnificent furniture were finally breathing the air after thousands of years hidden within the tomb's chambers. Within the burial chamber, Carter uncovered the awe-inspiring sarcophagus, adorned with royal symbols and hieroglyphics. Slowly and meticulously, they revealed the outer layers, until the innermost coffin was displayed, housing the remains of the boy king. The discovery of Tutankhamun's tomb captivated the world, who eagerly followed every step of the excavation. With each new find, experts pieced together a clearer picture of the young pharaoh's life, beliefs, and remarkable possessions. It was a voyage through time that offered invaluable insights into the splendors and mysteries of ancient Egypt. The excavation of King Tutankhamun's tomb marked a turning point in our understanding of ancient cultures. The wealth and artistry found within those chambers continue to inspire and amaze us today, reminding us of the greatness and enduring legacy of this ancient civilization.
As ancient Egyptian rulers, pharaohs were both the heads of state and the religious leaders of their people. The word pharaoh means great house, a reference to the palace where the pharaoh resides. While early Egyptian rulers were called kings, over time, the name pharaoh stuck. As the religious leader of the Egyptians, the pharaoh was considered the divine intermediary between the gods and Egyptians. Maintaining religious harmony and participating in ceremonies were part of the pharaoh's role as head of the religion. As a statesman, the pharaoh made laws, waged war, collected taxes, and oversaw all the land in Egypt, which was owned by the pharaoh. Many scholars believe the first pharaoh was Narmer, also called Menes. Though there is some debate among experts, many believe he was the first ruler to unite Upper and Lower Egypt. This is why pharaohs hold the title of Lord of Two Lands. Pharaohs were typically male, although there were some noteworthy female leaders, like Hatshepsut and Cleopatra. Hatshepsut, in particular, was a successful ruler, but many inscriptions and monuments about her were destroyed after her death, perhaps to stop future women from becoming pharaohs. After their deaths, many pharaohs were entombed and surrounded by riches they were meant to use in the afterlife. Explorers and archaeologists have discovered these tombs and learned a great deal about ancient Egyptian society from them. One very famous example was in 1922 when archaeologist Howard Carter discovered the tomb of King Tutankhamun, a pharaoh who died when he was only 19.
The ancient Egyptian mummification process was a complex and intricate procedure designed to preserve the body for the afterlife. Here is a simplified overview of the mummification process. Removal of internal organs. The brain was often discarded. Using a long hook, it was pulled out through the nostrils. The internal organs, except for the heart, were removed. These included the lungs, liver, stomach, and intestines. The organs were placed in special containers called canopic jars. Desiccation. After the removal of the internal organs, the body was cleaned with palm wine and rinsed with water from the Nile. The body was then packed with natron, a type of natural salt. Natron helped in the dehydration process by absorbing moisture from the body. Wrapping. Once dried, the body was wrapped in linen bandages. Amulets and magical charms were sometimes placed between the layers of bandages. The wrapped body was then placed in a coffin, which was often with scenes and texts meant to help the deceased in the afterlife. Final rituals. The mummy was then placed in a tomb along with the deceased belongings, food offerings, and other items deemed necessary for the afterlife. Priests performed rituals and spells to ensure the deceased's safe journey to the afterlife and to protect the mummy from decay. It's important to note that the mummification process evolved over time and varied depending on the social status and wealth of the deceased. The elite and royalty received more elaborate mummification treatments than commoners. The ancient Egyptians believed that mummification was essential for the soul to recognize and re-inhabit the body in the afterlife. The preservation of the physical form was crucial for eternal life in the next world.